Hello everyone, and welcome back. We are playing Stationeers. So I'll turn my mask light back on so you can see. I got my solar panel set up for the sunrise. I'm starting right where I left off last time because I want to start working my power down here and get it set up. So I need to run a line down. However, one thing that I kind of want to plan for the future is I'm going to have multiple solar panels set up. Also, somewhere I'm going to set up, let's grab this really quick. Somewhere I'm going to set up my stuff with the thing. You know what I'm talking about. No, a solid fuel generator as a backup for when solar isn't quite working or I need that extra fuel. All right. So in order to do that, I'm going to want all my power generation out here. What's this thing? Oh yeah, that's my crash stuff. I'm going to want all my power generation like somewhere up on this platform. I might extend the platform out, but that'll be my power generation stuff. I want to make sure and separate that from the stuff that's going to be using the power that'll be down here. My reasoning for that is I don't want to overload things. I want to be able to keep things on separate circuits. And then you'll see later when it comes to programming this logic for the solar panels so that they will operate automatically, it can be a pill if you don't have it on a separate line, which is what these power controls will do for me. So I'm going to set up my power down here, but I'm going to specifically plan to have a separate area for what later will be batteries to hold the power that's generated by the solar so that I'll have power at nighttime, as well as these power controls down here. Okay, so head down here and I'm gonna go ahead just for the time being and set up, let's see, let me just drop these things really quick right here where I know they're at. And I can see them easily. All right, so let's go in here and let's grab some wire. I know I need to connect my power to the furnace right here. All right, but I also know that I'm going to need to bring it out here and have more stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this power controller right in front of the furnace. So everything on this side of the power controller is on its own network, and everything up here is the power generation. It'll make more sense later. For now, it's not a necessary thing. It's more just something that I know that eventually I'm going to want to do. Since I want the power to... Why isn't this... Uh-oh. Not rotating this properly. All right. Since I know I want the power to eventually, come on, turn for me. There we go. Split off this way. I'm going to put this junction in, but right here, I just need a straight. All right. I'm going to do a corner right here for now. I'm going to do another corner going up the wall if I can. These things can be very frustrating. Okay, here we go. Now twist this darn thing. Come on. Not that way. Not that way. There we go. Wow, crazy, right? All right, so that's going to eventually go up and connect up to my main power stuff up there. All right, so I'm going to switch to here, grab my crowbar because I know I need that to open up this power control and switch that power control on. Okay, put my crowbar back. Now, when I wire a lot of stuff up, I often find myself going, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done it that way. The nice thing about this game is every time you pull something up, Like if I take my wire cutters and cut this, I get the wire back. So while I'm quote unquote wasting something, it's only my time that's being wasted. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, you can pull it up. You're not wasting the resources. There we go. So now that's connected, and now this is going to be the power that leads down there. So let's go here, here, and then right here, let's build a three-way. Oops, that's a corner. I wanted the cable junction. I want it to turn, though. No. One of these days, I will get it to turn the way I want. That's it right there. All right, because I know eventually I'm going to need stuff over here. This uses more cable, so it's not necessarily the best choice to make early on, but I know I'm going to be okay getting cable, so I'm not too worried about it. Sun's not up yet, so I'm not worried about this thing. So I'm going to take the battery out, and it's at a full charge actually. So why don't I go ahead and swap it with my suit, even though my suit's got a high charge. Can't hurt to get a little bit better, right? And then we need to take this apart. I want to get rid of this now that I set up the other one down there. So to do that, I need to open up my tools, and different tools deconstruct different objects. For this one, it's the drill. I remembered that from a previous play. Drop that down there so I don't forget it. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut these up, and you'll see now my cable count in my inventory is going up right now. So that's what I was talking about not wasting cable. You get it back. So it's awesome. All right, so we're going to come straight across here and here, and I know eventually I'm going to build that way. So I'm going to go ahead and build that cable junction there. But now this power is hooked up down here, where I know eventually I'm going to want it. All right, so I'll put this right here. And then I will go ahead and take my battery and put it in there. So now my setup is the same as it was before, but now my furnace is there and it's ready to continue on. So that's a big part of it for me. So I'm going to go up here and look for my beacon. Consumable supplies. Right here, beacon, and it has a nifty little fully charged small battery. So it's not going to last too long. But I'm going to take my beacon and I'm going to place it, not in my inventory. I just hit Q to drop it. So it's just sitting right there. I can pick it up and move it however I want. I can switch the batteries whenever I want. Right? But what this beacon does is it allows me to find my way back to it, of course, if I have it turned on. That's a huge thing that I was not aware of for my first 15 hours playing this game until I was streaming it on Twitch just a couple days ago, and someone on my channel mentioned, oh, hey, you can use the beacon. What you do is you set a beacon up at your base or wherever you want to get back to, because think of it this way. If I wander, you can see a horizon. If I wander beyond that horizon to get materials, finding my way back to my base is crazy hard. So I'm setting up my beacon to help with that, and I'll show you in just a moment. Let me adjust this a little bit. All right, so I got some more power coming in. All right, what you do is you get your beacon set up. You don't want to waste battery, so wait until you need it before you turn it on. Okay. But then I'm going to go ahead and grab. Oh, let me put my cabling away here, and let me go ahead and grab my tablet. So if I put the tablet in one hand, I want the tracker cartridge in the other hand. All right. So close that. All right. So if I go back to my tablet hand and hit R, it cycles through the different options. I can turn it on and off. I can just have it doing nothing, or I can access its inventory. Well, it's got a full charge battery, small battery, that's good. So I switch over to the cartridge, and then I switch hands. So I have this tracker cartridge selected. Then I hit F, and it puts that tracker cartridge into the tablet. And then I can switch back to the tablet and switch that off. Now, if I hit O to turn the tablet on, it's tracking me. Of course, distance is 0 meters. So it's like, well, that's not helpful. However, if I turn this tracking beacon on and then I use my mouse wheel to scroll this tracker, I've got some real glare off of that sun that's coming down on my head. See, it shows the distance, and then I can run over here, and it's showing that tracking beacon. So that's a way, if you're playing single player, to find your way back to base, but be highly aware of the battery usage in both the tablet and the beacon. Okay? So you want to kind of keep those under control, but that is a huge time saver down the road. Now, if you're playing multiplayer and you have a person at your base, just working at your base, you can use the tablet and the tracking card to track the other players all the time. So you don't need this beacon in that case. So just a heads up for that. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to start creating storage stuff. I want lockers specifically, right? And I know that lockers are going to take a bit to set up. So let's go pick up our next item that we're going to build, or we're going to actually use it to build, and that's called the auto lathe. All right, so we're going to walk over here. Now this is creating ore. Now this is an auto lathe. Look how big it is. I mean, that's pretty big. But you can see that the way it's facing right now, I would put stuff in the left side and get stuff out of the right side. Okay. So I am going to turn this, hopefully, and I think I'm going to put it right here. And I can move this anytime I want. I don't lose any resources or anything like that. All right. Let me pick some of this stuff up and actually just set it over here out of the way, because I don't think I'm going to be building anything over here anytime soon, but you never know, I may. And I'll just move them again. But I'm getting closer and closer to not having to do this. Now I could run these all back up there and store them in those lockers, or pull the locker things down here. They're not lockers, they're like cases. But one of the first things I'm going to build is going to help me with this problem. So I'm going to go back to my wire, and I'm going to come out. This is deceptive right here. If you look, it looks like I'm on the side of this thing, but it's red, showing I cannot build a cable there. If I pull away one spot, I can. So it's kind of deceptive there. I'm tempted to put a corner right around here and then just go on, but I know I can't. So I'm actually going to put it there and turn this that way. And then I'm going to build the corner between those two. Okay. Let's take our straight, come this way with it. And again, I can chop this and you know, redo it any way I really need in the future. So I'm not too stressed about that. I know I'm going to want here. This is a data port. See the 3 green things like a network cable? That's data. This is power. Okay. Almost everything has them. You can't quite see them there. You see there's a data port there. I'm not going to be using this data port, at least not for a very, very long time. So I'm going to ignore it and save myself the extra cable of hooking it up, because I just don't see a need for it. But I do know I'm going to use that power port. So I am setting up my straights here. For me, I've found that it's easier to set up the straight lines and then do an intersection later, like a corner, because see how the corner just snapped in? I didn't have to scroll around and stuff. So if you can, that seems to be the easier way to do it. Set up the straights and then put in the corners or intersections. So like right here, I have the straight. Let me put another straight here. Let's see if I'm right here. So I put 2 straights there. Now I want to go get that T-junction, and there it is. See, boom, it popped right in at the proper angle because I had two straights on both sides, and it knew to connect them. So that saved me the trouble of having to scroll through all that stuff. And that's something I literally just now discovered, like as I'm recording this. So it's not something I've known before, but now that I know that, I am so excited for it. Okay, so now we have this thing. Let's go adjust our solar panel so that we are getting our maximum amount of power. So we go here and tilt it up, because see, I let it go too long and it wasn't generating any wattage. That sun's pretty low, so I'm guessing I think 100 degrees is as the farthest it'll go. So I'm going to put it at, well, maybe I should put it at 100, and then I don't have to come back up here. So it's actually a little bit low on power right now, but not too bad. So now if I look at this, right now it's on cable coils, which are these things, or what's in my hand right now. I can build chutes, which we'll get into later, pipes, sign, walls. I want to build, as soon as I can, I want to build a locker. That's going to help me keep myself organized. Now, if I turn it on briefly and hold my mouse over this, that tells me I need 10 grams of iron. Well, I don't have any iron yet because I haven't gone out and mined any. All right, so turn that off to save some power. And then I'm going to go here to my tool belt and throw this back. My battery is charging there. So I'm doing okay as far as that's concerned, but I need iron. Well, it just so happens I can see iron right there. I actually already grabbed a little bit of copper, but I haven't used it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some iron. You can see it's starting to get nighttime, or the sun's going down, I should say. I'm not going to go very far away. I'm just going to go grab iron like right there. So I'm not going to worry about my beacon because I know I'm not going over the horizon. I'm staying within sight of the base. But I need to switch to my mining belt. So we'll do our switch. We put this belt away. Okay. And then right here, I bring out my mining tool. I'm going to step right over here where the iron is. Start collecting. Now, early in the game, like I am right now, I only have power during the day, which is great and all, but I need power at night. Like, what do you do at night? So one thing you can do is at night, you can do all your processing. So like, one way to do it, and it's not necessary, but one way to do it would be to actually be doing my mining during the day where I can see more, and my base is charging, my batteries are all charging, and then at night I'm doing all my building. Then, because when you're building stuff, you're not needing power typically. However, I'm not too concerned about that right now. I'm just wanting to get myself set up. Another way to go about doing it is do all your mining during the day, so that you can see better, and then at night is where you do all your processing of the materials for the mining. However, you need power at night to do that. Another option would be do my mining at night, like I'm doing right now, and then go back, and during the day when I have power from my solar, that's when I use the power to process all the ore that I mined. Oh, there's a little bit of copper. Might as well grab it while I'm here. Now, there is a solid fuel generator, which I'm going to set up in a few minutes, and that is going to help me be able to control my power during the nighttime because I don't have a big battery set up yet to save up a lot of power from the daytime. So a solid fuel generator will output power at night. However, a solid fuel generator works off of coal. So I need to find coal before I can utilize that. Wow, I just keep finding more and more iron. I hate to stop. So right now, if you look at my belt on the lower left there, you can see I'm working on my last slot for iron. So if you get to the spot where you're kind of filling the belt, but you want to keep working, you can easily switch over to your regular inventory. Well, first you switch over to here and you grab something that's at a 50, so it's full, stick it in your hand, Go over to your inventory, put it in that. Okay, so back to the belt, 50 in my hand, switch to my inventory. Oops, put it in there. Okay, so back to my belt, grab a 50. Now this is only if you want to carry more. In fact, soon once I get my lockers built, I'll unload a lot of this stuff out of my inventory, so I'll have even more space for ore. Oops. All right, and I did all that, and of course, now I don't see any more iron. So I dug myself into a big hole. Oh wait, there's some copper here. Let's turn this on. Dug myself into this big hole, and I have a couple options here. I can mine using this tool a slope upwards and walk out of here. Okay, oh, there's some more copper. Or I can use my jetpack and fly out. Now remember, a jetpack propellant you don't have very much of to start with, and it's hard to make more, at least early game. However, one thing that will work, and I don't know if this is intended or just it's early access and it's just something they haven't really worked on right now, but it seems like it should work, and that is my waste. Okay, my waste right now is undefined. I don't know if later you can define it by analyzing the cartridge, or I should say the canister that it gets put in. Oh, there's some more. All right, but if you look here in my suit, I have a waste tank, and as time passes, that fills up. If I get into a situation where I'm struggling and I don't have enough propellant, which is right here in my backpack, I can switch and put my waste tank as my propellant, and it'll work. So if you ever get caught down here and you need your pack to get out, like your drill's battery's dead and you can't get out, you can get away with doing that. So I'm going to hit my jetpack briefly and come up to the top and then turn it back off. Don't forget to turn stuff off when you're not using it to conserve, because otherwise you might end up regretting it because you'll run through your resources. Now I'm trying to stay within sight of my base, but I'm looking for some coal. Would love to find, ooh, there's more iron. I hate to pass that up, but I guess I can see it from my base. Again, I'm trying to purposefully stay in sight of my base right now because I didn't turn that beacon on. So, there's my crates. I was just really hoping I could get a little bit of coal out here, but it looks like that's not gonna happen for, oh no, wait, there it is right there. Okay, let's mine a little bit of coal here, see how much we can get. We want to get a lot. If we're going to use a solid fuel generator, you need a lot of coal. You also need coal for smelting alloys. Like, your first alloy is usually steel. Look at that. I only got one little blip of coal. That's it. It's like the game knew I was really needing it. All right, don't let me lose sight. There's my base right there. Okay, no coal in here. Oh, forgot to turn this off. There's some gold, which is gonna be necessary soon enough. Okay, I'm still trying to keep my base in sight. All right, so there's some more gold. So I got to remember that there's gold right where my other containers are. All right, so I only found a little bit. It's unfortunate, of coal, like literally 2. But let's grab that solid generator right there. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to make sure our power is all on one side of our power controller box right there. So we want to set this solid generator up over here somewhere. But I want to make sure I have access to my solar panels. Right? So I'm going to set up this solid generator, I think just like right here. And I can always move it. That's never a problem. Now see, there's an input for data, or I should say an output for data. Well, I guess it'd be an input as well. And an output for power. So I want to output the power this way. Okay. So power is going to come out right there. Here's a power switch to turn this on. You can put coal in here. All right. So again, this is probably not the end spot where it's going to be, but I might end up just leaving it there. Who knows? Okay. But now I want to connect this power up to that. So I'm going to switch out my, well, actually, hang on a second. I'm going to dump some of my iron into this. Okay, now right now it's not doing anything, but I want that iron there. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and drop a thing of copper and this other thing of iron right there. In fact, I might actually drop the coal as well just to have it there. Now this is, again, just kind of a mess right now, but I'm hoping to fix that soon. All right, so now I'm going to switch my belts. So I get my tool belt going. All right, so I got my tool belt. Grab my power cable in one hand and my cutters in the other. Now I'm going to cut this already because, yes, I didn't plan ahead. So I'm going to do a four-way junction now. All right, and then I want to go to my straights and set up the straights to right there. Then I'm going to turn this right there. And now I just need a corner. Oh, that's a three-way corner. There's the corner. Oh, now see, look at that. The corner didn't pop in the way I was thinking. So maybe my theory from earlier is not correct. There we go. Maybe I just got lucky over there. We'll see. But anyway, so now this is connected to my main power system. So once I collect some more coal, I can throw it in here and I can have power going at night when I want. Because otherwise, if I tried to run either of these machines right now, it would be drawing the power from that tiny little battery right there. But of course, I need that battery for me. So I don't want to try to draw power from that. All right, and I'll put these tools away really quick and grab my wrench because I need to turn this back to 0 degrees. So it'll flip over, so at sunrise, it'll start picking stuff up. All right. So now I know I also have, look at this stuff's already moved a little bit because I've been kind of kicking it around, but because I have this wall and stuff here, I'm not too worried about it. I could kick it and you know, look at that. It goes rolling that way, so you can kind of play soccer with these things. But I'm pretty enclosed here. The worst that's going to happen is it's going to roll out here and end up in this little ditch that I already grabbed copper out of. So it's all findable. And again, I'm going to hopefully solve the issue as soon as we get the sun coming up and get some more power. So for now, I'm going to start emptying my inventory of this ore in a relatively safe place. Okay. And look, oh, there's sun. So we should be getting some power coming in. Let's pop up here and take a quick peek. Yes, we're getting plenty of power right now. So I'm going to, remember I put iron in here, so I'm gonna turn it on and activate it. And now the furnace is burning, and an iron ingot is gonna pop out this side. Then I can take that ingot and I can put it in this lathe and start building stuff. Okay, so this is great. Now, if I want to see the progress of this, I know I put in 50 grams of iron and it's slowly counting down. So I've got a little while to wait, but this is how I'm going to produce the ingots I need to continue. So we'll try to get some lockers made right here on this episode. So, you know, sun's up, this is powering that. How's our battery looking? All right, my charge is medium right here. This is fully charged. So let's do a quick swap, put it back. So far, so good. We're doing well. All right. Oh, there it is. There's the iron just popped out. So that's fabulous. I'm going to grab a thing of copper and get that going for later. But let's grab this iron, throw it in here. Now we have 50 grams of iron in there. We have the locker selected. Right here, and we can make 5 lockers if we want. Now here's the thing about all these machines. When you turn them on, they're just going to keep building as long as they have the stuff. So if I click this, it's going to build 5 lockers. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I don't want 5 lockers, so I've got to stay here and monitor it. And after, like, I think I want 2 lockers to start. So after 2 lockers, I'm going to turn it off by clicking this button again. So there it goes. See, it's going pretty fast. The lathe is working in there. All right, so you're going to see a locker pop out here in a moment. There's one. And there it is, just a little kit. In fact, I can pick it up right there. Now, after this second one pops out, I'm going to click this button because I don't want to waste the iron. All right, I'm going to turn this off, save myself a little power, and now I can set my lockers up. I think I'm going to set my locker up here and another one right here. Okay, now that kind of guards the sun a little bit, but now if I open these lockers, look at all that. Each slot is storage. So I can now take this iron and put it in there if I want. Okay, pretty sweet, right? So I'm going to store some ore here. All right, so you can get organized however you want. It's kind of doesn't matter. And I could build more lockers. Like here, I might build a locker that's just ingots. I might put a locker maybe somewhere here or something where I can start storing this stuff. Okay? In fact, let's build that. Let's build one more locker. Why not, right? We're going to need more than this. And the lockers, just like everything else, can be torn down and moved. So I don't have to worry about putting them in bad, quote-unquote, places. Because I can move them however I want, whenever I want. All right, so I am going to... Where do I want to put... Let's set it back here. Again, I will probably move this later. See, it looks like it's probably raised a little bit. So we can start storing some of this stuff here. See, we're getting nice and organized. We can close the doors if we want. I mean, it's great. I know I already need to go up here and move my power. So let's go back and take care of that. Yeah, somewhere. Let's go 50 degrees, maybe. About halfway. Okay, so there we got some iron done. So let's do this. Now I know I'm going to need more of this cable because look, I only have 10 slots left in my bag. So I'm going to switch over here until I can find. See, there's a lot of stuff. Oh wait, there it was. Cable coil. All right, and this is going to go pretty fast. And look, it only takes half a gram of copper. So it's going to spit out a single cable coil. So I'm going to let it run and just kind of spit out a ton. All right, but I have this free, so let's put some more iron in there and get that going while we have power from the sun. Where's the sun at? Oh, it must be no. What the heck? Oh, you know what I've done? Look. I didn't shut off my light. I could have saved myself some battery power. Okay, oh yeah, the sun's over there. Yeah, so the solar panel's actually slowly getting out of focus. It's got visibility 100%, but you can see that the power generation's going down. Whoops, I went the wrong way. So let's pop it a couple just to kind of get it set up. This is going... Look at that. It's almost done with the iron already. Look at all this copper cable that it's making. Awesome, right? Let's grab this out of my inventory and we can just click and collect all this up. And you're going to need a lot of cable. So it's not too bad to do that. But look, I only used 6 grams of copper right there. That's awesome. And now I actually have copper and iron in here. So I can build something else. Let me look, see what can I build here. Something I know I'm going to need frames. One thing I know I'm going to need is this electronics printer. I need gold for that. I haven't mined gold, but I know I have some gold sitting up there near those things. So that's probably going to be the next thing that I do. But look at that. More iron right there. Let's put this here. All right, what do we have down here? Just the coal. All right, so... Did I have some iron up here? Yeah. Let's take this and get it going. Might as well, right? While we have some power going. So while I have power, I'm trying to utilize my machines as much as I can because I haven't set it up yet so I have power at night. So one thing I'm going to want to do is start pulling those things back over here, emptying them out and putting them in lockers, just because lockers are more convenient, you know, the vertical, and they store more than these cases. However, these cases are pretty good for storage. And you can see, and I know I mentioned it last episode, but you can see that there's, oh, I don't have it over here. I didn't drag it over. There's another one of these cases that's organics, and that's food. Well, right now I don't need food. I don't have a hunger meter or anything like that. But obviously the devs are planning on adding it, and that's going to add a whole new level of difficulty to this game, which I'm very excited about, because this game, while being difficult, like even just figuring this stuff out in the beginning was extremely hard. You know, some people are going to pick it up quicker than others, but yeah, it was hard for me. Like I had to watch some videos and read about some stuff online. So, I mean, so far the community's been really good. It actually reminds me a great deal of Factorio. One, I love the game, and I'm loving this game, so that reminds me. But another thing is the stuff people figure out, I'm just so impressed by. It's just, it's very impressive how people figure stuff out, and especially when we get into gases and things like that. It's pretty impressive. I mean, it's something to behold. My charge is still high on my battery, so I'm going to leave that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this out and set it down. I'm going to go to the small battery in the beacon and start it charging just for the last... Oh, there it went. Boom, it's charged up all the way. I guess I had only turned it on for a couple seconds, but I might as well switch out here. Get the last little bit of power I can from the sunlight. And look at that, there's another iron ingot done. Running out of power here coming from the sun. Get that started. Let's grab this. I know there's a coal down here. There we go. And I'll put the coal on the bottom. So that'll be like my fuel down here. But I could add another locker, or I could put a locker or a case up near that and just put coal in it and just shovel out of that if I wanted to. Okay. So far, so good. We're making some progress here. Let me turn my light on for you. So we got our locker set up. We're starting to store stuff in there. In fact, I know I'm not going to need these things anytime soon. So I'm going to get rid of those out of my inventory, and this pill, which is, I believe, only for multiplayer, so I probably don't even need that at all. Yeah, so that frees up some inventory space. I'm really happy about that. I want to keep my belt on me because I'm changing it off and on, but I also want to keep that duct tape, because if I ever do fall or something and get a rip in my suit or anything like that, I want to be able to repair it as soon as possible. Some people will store their duct tape, but then if I'm out mining and I get a tear in my suit, I have to haul butt back and try to get back before I die, basically. Which, if it's not a huge issue, like a tear or something, then I'm going to be fine. But, all right, so it looks like the sun is down. So let's go back over here. Yeah, it's only generating 35 watts. I don't need this anymore. So let's reset it for tomorrow. Okay, so we're looking pretty good there. We want that electronics printer, which means we need to mine some gold. So that'll be the next thing I do. I'll go out and I'll do some mining and try to collect some ore to store in here and start processing between episodes. I wanted you to see the mining and understand that. But I think I'm going to do that a little bit between episodes, because I don't want to bore you with just watching me sit there and drill. I know that the more exciting part is seeing the building and how things are working together and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and take care of that between episodes, because we have reached the end of this episode. We're unfortunately out of time. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you'll leave some comments. Comments are always welcome. Obviously, I would like constructive comments, but if you notice something that I'm doing that I could be doing much better in the game, I'm sure there are people that'll watch that have better ideas. Please let me know, because I am relatively new to the game, and while I have some stuff figured out here, it might not be the best way to do it. But I'm doing it this way, but I'm happy to change it if I hear a good suggestion or something like that. But I'm also curious to hear input on the general presentation of all my videos. So things like, is my voice too quiet? Is it too loud? If it's annoying, sorry, not much I can do about that. But just little things about the video, like, oh, you need to change your intros, or it'd be better if you did this and this and this, or your videos are too long, or can you make them longer? However, whatever would help you enjoy them more, I'm open to, because that's why I'm doing these. Is I'm loving the game, and I want to share my love with you. All right. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you'll join me for the next one. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. Let me know, even if it's just like a "Hi, Dycart, liked it," or something like that. I love hearing from people. Again, feel free to join me on Twitch. I stream every night. In fact, I am going to start my stream in about a half an hour from right now. Not that you'll know that by the time this video is uploaded to YouTube. Anyway, I hope I see you either on Twitch or in the comment section on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode. Take care.